She says in her question, my husband divorced me after having relations with me. I then asked him for divorce as to correct that mistake. He did but refused the mahr money. Is this talaq or khula? How do I offer the iddah? Again, the question in Sister Rahma's case is very vague, as a matter of fact. Okay, let's deal with it one step at a time. Somebody divorced his wife after having a relationship. I would just go according to what you said, my husband. So you're already married. And during the tuhr, he had a sexual relation with you, then he divorced you after. Is this divorce valid or invalid? Number one, the divorce is effective, and the husband has committed a big sin, because it is not permissible to give divorce after having an intimate relationship during the tuhr. The Prophet ﷺ said to Abdullah ibn Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, in the hadith, that you either wait until her period is over and divorce her, or if you did not have a relationship with her throughout this tuhr, you may divorce her, no problem. But having a relationship with her, there is a possibility that she may conceive. So there will be some complications as a result of that. If she gets pregnant and you happen to divorce her, wait until she experiences the period. Then do not divorce her during the period, because of course also during the period and the PMS there are some hormonal changes which also affect the behavior of the wife. So the husband may take that personal, and he may get aggravated, and he may divorce her as a result of misunderstanding. So the Prophet ﷺ said, calm down and choose the proper time where there are no obstacles whatsoever. Both of you are determined to divorce each other or to divorce her, and she knows that, because it is impossible to resume living together during regular and normal conditions. Okay? So, according to the vast majority of the jurists, this talaq is a bid'i talaq. It's not done according to the sunnah, because it was done during tuhr, a cleanness where he had a relationship with you. So he shouldn't have divorced you. But since he did, the divorce is effective according to the vast majority of the Muslim jurists, but he is to be blamed for that. Now, you asked him for a divorce again, and he did. Well, that counts as a second divorce, but he refused to give you the money. The mahr consists of two parts, or there are two ways to pay the dowry, the mahr. One which is to pay it entirely upfront, and the second is to save a deferred amount. Many people perceive it as, okay, this is only during divorce. That's not necessarily true. When I say deferred amount of mahr, it is due whenever the husband possesses this amount, or at the time of death and before dividing the inheritance of the husband. The wife or the widow now should collect her deferred amount of the dowry, because he named that amount as a dowry. He paid some upfront and deferred some, so that sum which is deferred is yours. So now, since he divorced you, is due, as long as he is capable to pay. Even if he is not, it's a dain, it's a debt that he must settle with you. And whether this is talaq or khula, all the circumstances that you mentioned, it shows that it is talaq, because you did not ask him for a khula, for a compensation. لا جناح عليهما فيما افتدت به. You did not ask him, for instance, I would like to get divorced, and I'm not going to ask you for any of my rights, like the mut'a and the dowry. As a matter of fact, I will pay you the upfront dowry that you paid me. If none of the above was involved, then this is regular talaq, and it requires the iddah. And also in the case of the khul'a, there is iddah. But we're talking about whether this divorce is revocable or not, raj'iyyun or ba'in. In the case of khul'a, it becomes irrevocable, because it was a divorce for a compensation. In the case of talaq, where he willingly give you talaq, even if he asks for it, the talaq is reversible if it is the first or the second talaq, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Baqarah, الطلاق مرتان فإمساك بمعروف أو تسريح بإحسان. الطلاق or divorce is only twice. The first and the second time are revocable. Then فإمساك بمعروف, you either withhold her, take her to your marriage life بمعروف, with kindness and gentleness, أو تسريح بإحسان, or you let go after the iddah and you do not take her back to your marriage life, and you let go until the iddah is over بإحسان, also with kindness and gentleness. بارك الله فيكم.